We wanted the audience to understand, a bit about the disease, what the patient challenges are, looking at actually what is available now, but what the limitations are of those, what it is that patients and clinicians would actually like, but then actually sort of seeing how what Cereno Scientific is doing, how it's kind of hitting that sweet spot of many of those requirements or desires.
Felt the energy in the room, and I hope we could convey the energy that we have, and we're excited also to our investors.
I feel like we managed to have a very exciting program where we were able to both go through our business and where we're at, but also really get across the unmet medical need in this field and importantly the patient perspective, which I hope is to benefit and increasing understanding to our shareholders and those interested in Cereno.
I think the team has worked hard on the progress of the company. We're always ahead of the market when it comes to pushing towards our fundamentals or our objectives, and it's so nice and fun to share the progress of the company and being able to provide more. And the response from the audience was fantastic, I think. To get an applaud after Capital Markets Day is great. I also really like that we were able to have a patient organization representative here, which is a real PH patients, and that we were able to tell the audience and the investor community the powerful steering committee that we have put in place for the trial.
Personally, I was very taken by our patient Hal Skora, who talked about his experience from diagnosis and how he's dealt with getting essentially a diagnosis of a disease, and also hearing that you have approximately 2.8 years to live. And he's beaten the odds of that very uniquely, but seeing the value of what we're doing in a person, a real face, I think that was very strong and is an important aspect of what we do, and something that we can never forget, that yes, we are working towards delivering drugs and trying something pioneering. And we do that to bring patients benefit, bring a lot more benefit to patients, and be able to enhance and extend their life.
There are new medication coming up, and for me as a patient, this is really exciting. And to hear that there is a medication that maybe can remodel, this is fantastic. We have a challenge with medication today because there is no cure. So what one tries to do at the moment is try to stop the negative progression of the disease. So here you have a drug which can potentially reverse, and that's really exciting news for us patients.
The PI, the principal investigator that they're going to have on their phase 2B trial, is a highly renowned, highly cited research key opinion leader in this space. Cereno clearly have brought in the brightest, the cleverest, the ones who are, if anybody's going to find a solution, it will be them. It's the passion that the company has got, again, and showing how it intends to translate some really interesting science into a product that's going to make a difference to patients.
Cereno has an exciting drug, or drugs, a platform where we can really make a difference for patients with a disease modification, and the application is safe. It's oral, once daily, and this is, I think, something very important in our lead compound, CS1.
I think actually the definition of the trial design, as well as the gravity of the world's best scientists and clinicians in the PH field and in cardiology. Professor Mark Gumbert, Sandeep Sai, and others that are joining the steering committee just tells everyone that we have something very exciting here.
One of the things, with a lot of biotechs who, clearly have got ambitions to develop new drugs, that's not a trivial process. And if I look at the Cereno team, they have people who have been there, have got the T-shirt, right? They've actually, shown that they can, get that transition from an idea into the marketplace.
Cereno is on a very exciting track to make a difference for patients, to really meet an unmet medical need.
I think that the gravity of the minds in the sector is a big step up for the trust in management, the trust in our concept, and the potential that we can deliver to patients. If you're an investor, I think feel proud that you're on our journey towards giving better therapies, potentially therapy that can put this very dangerous and fatal disease with fast progression into remission, which is towards cure.
For CS1, the next milestones are to get the study started, the CS1 phase 2b trial. Another milestone is, of course, that we get a good regulatory interactions with the regulatory bodies. And another milestone is to get our follow-up compound in the platform of HDAC inhibition, CS014, also on track in PH-ILD.
The retail market has, since 24, 2x on the valuation growth of the company, so share price, market cap, valuation. During the same period, the analysts have a 3x on the comparables, and currently we have a 2 billion Swedish valuation on the Swedish retail market, but the analyst is at 6.6 billion, so 7 kronor versus 21 kronor at current valuation. So I think if you look at our history, and I show this slide, is that we have consistently been ahead of the retail valuation in analyst valuation, and I think we are that now too. So my hope and wish is that the retail market will catch up, that we'll get more investors into the company, funds, etc., and that they will buy into this potential and the journey we have.
We are working in a space where patients have high unmet needs. There is a lack of treatments that are on the market today. There is so much work to be done and so much innovation, and we feel that we are in the exact right spot to be making a difference for patients with PAH.
For those investors who are not on the journey, join us. It is an exciting journey, and we have a great, structure of the mode of action, first in class, the structure in the management team, the advisors around it, and the design of the protocol backed by regulatory authorities in Europe and in the US. It's a great setup, and we are at the sweet spot for deals with big pharma. Small molecule, repeatable biology, high unmet need, that's where they want to move if they are about to fill their revenue gap that they will experience coming 2032. So they're working very hard, and this is exactly what they want to get, a late-stage clinical asset in that space.